Dennis Simpson, sitting here with my friend Mr. Jack. But to have a unique event, to have a unique experience, this sounds kind of like what we're working with the Community Foundation, right?
That's correct. And we've got two things set up this year that we think are kind of special, that might be of high interest to villagers and families. The first is a Greek island tour that is set up. I've set this up with a local Athens travel agent.
Really?
And it is personal, private trips.
Oh, boy.
Now, I've got this set up right now for no more than 10 people in a group.
You're serious?
If you want to, you can do it by yourself.
Really?
You have that choice. So this trip is set up, too, so that we hit the high points of Greece and the islands. It goes to Athens for a couple of days.
Right.
It's a 12-day trip. And then it goes to Naxos, which is the beach island.
Yep.
Then it goes to Santorini, which is the pretty island.
Oh, my God.
That's so nice.
That's the blue church tops that you see everywhere.
Yeah, that is. That's exactly it. And then it goes on to Crete, which is the oldest island and the base for all of the societies in the Greek islands. So,
if I can interject a story real quick. We pulled up in the Bay of Santorini. I turned to my lovely wife and I said, honey, I've calculated all the ships that are sitting here right now. And as best I count, there are over 21,000 people that would like to get on this island today. What time do you want to try and sneak on? And she said, after they've all left. I said, that's the right answer, girlfriend. That's the right answer. We didn't have to get back on until 10. I'm going to kick in the fun part, okay, real quick. We get to the island, and they've got a ski lift that takes you up to the top. Okay? It holds like 8 people. The line, this is why a private one is so important. I'm emphasizing your point. The line was like, 200 people long. And I did the quick math, and I'm like, oh, God, we're going to be in line 45, 90 minutes just to ride the thing out.
With this private tour, you don't face all that.
That's what I was going to say.
You have priority reservations. They're all included. They take care of it. They set it up. If there's any changes, they let you know online.
Wow.
It's a pretty special trip. Now, Cheryl, my wife Cheryl, and I took this trip last September. And it turned out to be a very good bucket list trip.
Really?
It was one of the highlights of our travels, and we've traveled quite a bit.
Well, Jack, I got to tell you, after I presented Diane with the option of riding the tram up or waiting 45 minutes to an hour or whatever, I said, honey, the donkeys are only 10 euros to go up the and she was like, I am not putting these white linen pants on a donkey and riding. She's a South Arkansas girl. She's not prissy in particular at all. And then she saw a little Oriental girl hop on with a white dress in front of her, and she said, bring me my donkey. And we rode the donkeys all the way to the top. It's those memories that you'll recall. But to come back to your point, it is about making the memories. It's about saying, this is the bucket list. And you were talking about this particular trip. We didn't go where you're going, and that is Crete. I was like, man, I would love to have gone to Crete.
And it isn't very often that you get Crete included in the islands. And we asked for it, and they set it up. And it's a very reasonable price to start with.
So now this is all put up through the Hot Springs Village Community Foundation.
Community Foundation.
And let's be very frank. The Community Foundation gets a tiny little sliver of this back.
We get a sliver of it back to distribute with our grants and scholarships and everything that we do every year.
So it's kind of, in my book, it's a win-win. You win to get to go on the cruise, a cruise of a lifetime, actually. And then the Community Foundation actually gets funds to help the local community.
Okay. And this is not really a cruise. You fly into Athens and you spend a couple days, then you ride high-speed ferries to the islands.
Oh, wow.
And these ferries run up to 50 mile an hour, and you're there. We're pretty fast.
Yeah, as opposed to the cruise ship at 11 knots. Yeah, so I get it. So
you ferry between the islands, and then the return trip from Crete is an internal flight, which is included.
Yeah.
So
how do we go about, who would we contact? You go to the Community Foundation? What do we do?
Contact me about this one. And my
email address is going to be across the bottom of the screen. I'll take care of that. That's my job.
And telephone number. They can text me if they want to.
Right.
Okay.
These kids and their texting these days, I tell you, you can't keep them off these phones.
Kids?
Well, it's a relative term. Trust me, it's a relative term. Where else are we going, Jack?
Well, the next one that we have set up is really unique.
As if this one
We made a partnership with Grand Circle Travel / Oversea Adventure Travel, sister companies, and we work with them. And if you book a trip, any trip they have, which is 155 trips all over the world.
Wow, really?
You book with our number, we get a little piece,
Yeah.
and it supports our community foundation, and you can build the trip that you want to build.
From Vietnam to Indonesia or wherever you want to go, right?
Asia, Africa, Europe, you name it. Australia.
Wow.
You can go wherever you want. All you have to do is you book with our number, and that's it.
And so I go do what I might have wanted to do anyway, and the Community Foundation gets a kickback on there, a little sliver of that,
A little sliver,
rebate,
yeah.
you might call it. And so, and what's the name of the company again? I'll put that across the
It's
board.
two companies, sister companies, Grand Circle Travel and Oversea Adventure Travel.
And we put in a code when we reserve with them?
Yes. On our flyers that we have, there's a code, and we'll be sending out constant contact all over the village, so everybody will start seeing this.
Wow.
And they can also call me again if they need anything, any help.
But just a quick dreaming moment. Where would you book?
I have one that I've never done that I still want to do.
I hit a nerve immediately.
They've got one called Ultimate Africa.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a 15-day Africa trip, and it's like 8 game tours and you name it. And it's not the cheap stuff. It's,
No.
It's
But
the good places to stay.
It's the final bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. That's one I haven't done yet, and I'd like to do.
Wow. And once again, these are not cruises per se. They're just booked travel, right?
Well, they have river cruises.
Really?
Yeah, all over Europe. That's mainly what Grand Circle does.
France, Germany, Spain?
Yeah, all over, and clear to the Black Sea. I've ridden with Grand Circle from Amsterdam to the Black Sea.
Really?
Yeah, and that trip's available. I think it's a 28-day trip. It's a fun trip, though.
Hang on, I thought Africa sounded envious. This sounds really good. 28 days of riverboating. Wow.
Yeah. Then they also have small ship cruises.
Yep.
That they book around, just like a Viking small trip or something.
Sure.
And then they have a lot of land-based tours, and that's the basis that Oversea Adventure Travel works. They've got a lot of great land-based tours. Last year we did an Ireland tour with the group, and that was pretty popular. Everybody had a good time. But again, you can book any tour you want and just use our number. And for those who haven't traveled with Grand Circle or Oversea Adventure Travel, they're one of the older companies. They're one of the original riverboat cruise companies in Europe.
Well, so Diane and I like to watch Rick Steves. You know, Rick Steves, the PBS travel guy.
Yeah.
And he talks about how travel does expand your mind. It makes you have to see the world in other people's lenses.
It does.
You know, and I think it's every bit it's always for the better. I think the world would be a more peaceful place if people traveled everywhere. That really would.
I did. And interfaced with the people when they're there.
Yeah.
That's the fun part, is getting to meet people and see how they live.
Well, and it doesn't matter where we go. We always have preconceptions about how people are going to be. It doesn't matter. And
you know, in that line that you're saying, every tour that they have land-based includes a personal dinner with a family in the area.
Are you kidding?
No, and they have hosts that they lunch or dinner, whatever it is, and you get to learn a lot about the area and the people.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, where I was going with Rick Steves, and I think this is just a great segue to put it all back in there. You know, we grow when we travel like that. But at the same time, it's easy to end up in a foreign country. You don't know anybody. You don't speak the language. You're not knowing exactly where the hot spots are. You got a tour book that doesn't look anything like where you think you're going, as opposed to having world-class professionals that know where to go. You don't waste any time. You don't end up going, well, why did we, no. You go from spot to spot to spot to spot, and you have a little time there at each one of them, right?
Mm-hmm. You do. Yeah. One other facet about this overseas adventure travel is something that is popular here in the village is single supplements are free.
What does that mean? I don't even know.
That means you can have room by yourself if you travel singly.
What? Really?
Yeah, you don't have to pay the additional fee.
For those of you that don't know, a regular cruise ship, that they're going to get this much money out of that room.
And they probably get 30% extra for a single supplement to
Right.
fill that room.
Right.
But Overseas Adventure Travel, they're free.
You could have your own single room to travel with.
Yep.
That's different. I don't know if you know this, Greg. I don't like people. I don't know if people are so people-y. You know what I mean?
Well, those people who have lost their spouse or are single at this point, want to travel alone. This way they don't have to room with anybody, which is very nice.
That is. Well, and let me come back to this real quick. So the first trip we talked about, the Greek Athens, Greece, is that specifically, would you say you're going to be traveling somewhat with a group of villagers?
Only people that book this trip.
Okay, and that's open.
Whether that's family members of villagers.
Really?
Anybody can book it.
Right.
But like last year's tour, that was all villagers to Ireland. The year before, we did a tulip cruise from Amsterdam to, I forgot where it finished, but in Belgium. I can't remember. Right. But anyway, we had 25 people on that.
Really?
Yeah. And there was a lot of single supplements on that.
Really? And it's funny to me, though, you live in a place like the Village, 18,000, 17,000 people, something like that. And you may bump into them at the grocery store or something like that. You spend a few days with them, you begin to know they're really what more they're like, I bet.
Yeah, you travel with people like that for, 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever, because most of those trips are 10 days or in that range. Yeah. You get to know them all. And it's fun because you get to know the people that are working and running the trip too.
Yeah.
It's such a small group. You know the guides. You know the chef that's cooking them the food. You know the bartenders.
I know all the bartenders. I don't know why, but I know all the bartenders. I've heard their names before, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So right now, these are the two events we have planned.
These are the two events we got going for 26.
Two offerings for 26. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Jack, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to come back. We're going to come back soon, maybe not today, but I want you to come back with the ideal dream booked tour that you would want and what you would suggest to others. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask you to come up with 3 different versions. I want to hear your Africa trip, where you would want to go. If you have never traveled before, and I say this, if you've never traveled internationally before, is that fair? What you would suggest to somebody. Okay. And I can tell you one of the things that hit me, Diane and I, ironically, we travel by cruise ship a lot, but it's not our really favorite thing. We call it like a buffet because it's like an elevator. You hit a button and you get off in Barcelona. The next day you hit a button and you're in Gibraltar. Well, I loved it. Tough Roccos, you can't stay. Right?
Yeah.
So there's mixes to it. Let's come up with never been out of the country before. I think I would call Africa kind of hardcore because you're going to have to really be a traveler to have gone there.
Yeah, that was
and someplace in between. Because what I'm saying is, I think I can envision the Crete and Greece tour and the Athens tour. I can see that. I think on the others, maybe we need to help people define what a fun trip that might be, and we'll put some graphics up and show them that.
I can have some brochures of the trips we pick.
How about that?
So we could post those.
Great.
Okay.
Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Venues, my friend Mr. Jack. Jack, thank you. And
thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it.
Thank you for what the Hot Springs Village Community Foundation does for this village.
Great group. We love working there.
They're wonderful people.
Okay.
We will see you next time.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Southern Africa is one of the last untouched wilderness destinations in the world. And on this journey, you'll travel to the heart of the region to experience its diversity of wildlife, landscapes, and cultures. Your trip's price always includes a wealth of features, from nightly accommodations to most meals and daily discoveries. Thanks to our small group size, we can go beyond the typical tourist track, explore hidden gems, and enjoy spontaneous experiences. Throughout your journey, you'll delve into the heart and soul of your destination, interacting with local people and gaining insight into their culture. Journey through Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Zambia, and embark on your safari through 4 fantastic game parks. In Zimbabwe, you'll visit Hwange National Park, where you'll learn about the region's intricate cycle of life. You'll explore Zambia's Kafue National Park, one of Africa's largest national parks. Discover the vast habitats from riverine forests to open grasslands and enjoy the stunning views of the Kafue River. Scenes of wild beauty await you at Chobe National Park. Seek out Africa's legendary wildlife, including the Big Five species: lion, leopard, buffalo, elephant, and rhinoceros. Ply the waters of Okavango, the world's largest inland delta, in traditional dugout canoes. You'll also have the chance to meet some of the people who dwell in this part of Africa. Explore with a local trip experience leader who is fluent in English and trained by OAT on the skills needed to bring travelers off the beaten path to meet with locals who share their cultures and traditions with us. Spend 3 nights at a safari lodge located in Chobe National Park. Each year, a portion of the proceeds from our trips is dedicated to Grand Circle Foundation. This nonprofit organization gives back to the places we visit by supporting local educational programs and preservation efforts like the UNESCO World Monuments Fund. We'll head to a small community called Lukosi to experience a day in the life of a Hwange village. We'll drive to some nearby homes in Victoria Falls Town, a small, tight-knit community, to enjoy a home-hosted dinner. We will be treated to a typical Zimbabwean family meal, all while getting to know our hosts and experiencing what daily life is like. During your trip, you will have the opportunity to join optional tours to further your discoveries and explore even more of the region. See the world through the eye of an elephant for a chance to lightly interact with these beautiful creatures and meet the elephant carers. It's your adventure, so why not make it exactly what you want it to be? We offer an exclusive variety of flexible options that let you customize your adventure. In fact, OAT is the only travel company to offer this level of choice. Extend your time abroad. Add a pre-trip extension to a private South African game reserve, or post-trip extension to Cape Town and the Cape of Good Hope, or both of these extensions to your safari adventure. Begin your discoveries exploring South Africa's private game reserves. The savanna is home to 500 bird species and 140 species of mammals, including the famed Big Five. Complement your wilderness adventure with a stay in South Africa's Cape Town and the Cape of Good Hope. You'll love the juxtaposition of a chic and cosmopolitan city with one of the world's loveliest natural settings. We're extremely gratified when our travelers and leading industry experts give us award-winning high marks in independent surveys. An African safari truly is the adventure of a lifetime, and our ultimate Africa trip is truly an unforgettable exploration in a trio of stunning but distinctly different
Don't delay. Call Janae. Janae Cook, Taylor Realty, 501-617-9747. Whether you're buying, selling, or just considering. Oh, we don't need a realtor yet. Yes, you do. Don't delay. Call Janae. 501-617-9747. Call 501-922-9259. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital. She can offer a complimentary financial evaluation planning session just for you and your needs. Once again, 501-922-9259. And literally like your good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower, your State Farm agent. Your good neighbor is there. 501-984-4100. The Home Plate Cafe and Bakery. Great home cooking and an amazing bakery located just outside the gates of Hot Springs Village. 501-984-6969 or go through the drive-thru. The Midnight Tavern, Hot Springs Village only late night place that stays open till 2 a.m. Great music, amazing drinks, and Chef Jonna cooking for you every night. At 110 Colella Drive, Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just across from the Call for information at 501-226-0078, 501-226-0078, or check them out on Facebook with all the latest entertainment. And by Domino's Pizzas, West and upcoming East. That's right, Domino's Pizza will have an East location mid-2026. Great food, great service, and 501-915-9595. 501-915-9595.
KVRE at 92.9 and streaming worldwide on iHeartRadio. KVRE is your family-owned local hometown radio station, so be sure and tune in for live local programming, news, sports, and information every day at 92.9. HSV Radio. HSV Radio is heard every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or streaming on any of the major platforms. Hot Springs Village Radio is an eclectic mix of music, motivation, great music history, and Saturday morning fun. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., 92.9. Hot Springs Village only short-term rental with over 2,100 five-star reviews. All properties are lakefront. They include complimentary kayaks, hot tub, pet-friendly, and a stunning view of the lake. Visit DD Village Prop today for your vacation getaway.